Hey everybody, how are you doing today? It's your friend JC, and today we're going to be making Chile Verde with pork. So it's going to be the green chili with pork. So we've already done the chili part, so today we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with our pork. So here I have a little over 4 pounds of pork roast. I'm going to cut it up. Okay. And we're going to be cooking it today outside of our pressure cooker. When you make the pork, you can make it any way you like it. You can do it in a pressure cooker. You can do it inside of your slow cooker. You can do it in the oven. You can do it on the stove, however you prefer. So if you want to do it on the stove, you can. What you do, you're going to boil it, and for the total cook, kind of that's going to take about 2.5 to 3 hours. But you're going to start it off with just the, just liquid, and then the meat itself. Before you do all that, you're going to want to sear it. If you're going to do it inside of the oven, you're going to do about 350 for about 3 hours, about 3 hours or so. You just want to check it periodically, make sure that you get it to the right temperature that you need. If it's going to shred okay for yourself, then when you're going to want to add the chili and everything to it, then you're probably going to want to go ahead and go out from doing the oven to probably stove top. And then you'll just go ahead and just let it simmer and marry together for at least an hour, or done it's an hour after it's done in the oven. That's just on your preference. Some people like to do that. I've heard. I've never tried it in the oven like that. But like I said, you're going to want to sear it first also. So no matter what you're going to do, you're going to want to sear it up. If you're going to do it inside of the slow cooker, then you're going to want to go ahead. It's going to take, from my understanding is, because I've not done it on the slow cooker either, it's going to take anywhere from 8 to 12 hours, depending if you're going to do it on the low function or if you're going to do it on the high function. That's my understanding on that one. I never really, when I used to use the slow cooker, I never really timed anything. I would just start it off, probably usually it was like the night before. So by the time the next day came for dinner time or whatever, everything would be ready. So, I mean, I've never really paid attention to cook times on the slow cooker. For the pressure cooker itself, I would say it's about 1.5 to 2 hours total. Because what I like to do is run the meat on the meat function first, with just, the fluids and everything together with the raw. After I sear it inside of the pressure cooker. And then on the second time around is when I add my chili and everything else, and then the marry and cook a second time. That way the meat gets a lot softer, tenderer. So that's my preference of it. You can do it one time over. Usually most people like that. I like it when my meat is just like shriveling up. You touch it and it just falls apart. It's like melty. It's real melty. Like that's my way. My favorite way of liking the meat in the pressure cooker. So, like I said, it depends on what your preferences are, but those are the options that you have, which is a good thing because you have lots of options. The great thing about this is once you have the meat done and the chili done or whatever, you can do anything you want to them. So in a moment, I have inside of the pressure cooker already, I have a little over a tablespoon of oil. So in a second, I'm going to go ahead and start that on the sear mode. That way we can start browning up the meat before we start cooking it. So you don't want me into bite-sized chunks if you like. You don't even have to cut it up if you don't want to. I prefer to. Um, I feel when you cut it up, it does cook better in the pressure cooker. You can leave it whole. I mean, it will fall apart. There are times when I just don't feel like cutting it up at all. Period. I'll put it in the pressure cooker. Once you get touched it with a fork or the spoon or whatever, you know, when it's done right, it just falls right apart and it's like, you know, melts and crumbles at the touch. So I mean, it's not necessary. It's just something I like to do, especially when I'm just like this. I normally like to do, especially if I have the time to cut it up and everything. Sometimes I just don't. Today, I just decided I wanted to do it. Like I said, it's almost up to what you prefer. When you go to do it in on the stove top or wherever, you can do it the same way. You can cut it up, leave it whole. Like I said, it doesn't matter. Any way you do it, it's going to end up just falling apart anyways. It's over with and done. Clean off this. You want to knife right quick with a paper towel. Because now give me a hard time to do it from the fats. Should be there. Here we go. Sometimes the fat from the meat will go ahead and somehow clog with the knife. You have to just make it where, you know, just makes it keep gliding so you can't get a good grip of the meat to cut it. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get the baby ready to go. Okay, it's going to start heating up now. So give it a couple minutes, and we'll start throwing this in there. Hope you guys enjoyed this series. This is number one in the entrees that we're going to be doing. After I was getting done with you know how I had the chilies and everything. After I got done with the extra ones, I had an idea because I was like, okay, I just some extra ones I usually always do, just in case, you know, sometimes you need it for the sauce and everything else. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you can do something else with it. So I was thinking like, what to do with it. I said, oh, so I had a couple ideas, and as I started cutting up the chilies, because for the next dish we're going to be doing, I needed some chopped up diced chilies for it. And so as I was dicing them up, I got this idea. So now instead of being just a video with 2 entrees we're going to do, I'm now going to do 3. So during that whole process, I ended up coming up with another idea, which is not a bad thing because that just gives you more videos to watch and stuff, and more things to have an idea on, and another way of looking at what you can do with what you have, what you're working with, how to add on to what you're doing already. And so a lot of times when I'm doing something, I like to think about what other options there are when I'm doing certain things, especially if I'm going to do, you know, like I said, if I do like salsas or sauces or whatever it is I'm doing. Sometimes I like to think about what other things go with that certain sauce or whatever, or how difficult or easy it's going to be to change it up a little bit. And then I also make extras, throw it in the freezer, and so I need it. And like I said, you're short on time. You don't have the time to really do a whole, you know, make the whole sauce and everything. You can just go ahead and have it on hand, which I love because it's time consuming, very, very time consuming most of the time, to go ahead and just keep having to make a sauce every time you're going to cook something. So I like to do it and have, you know, extras. Now you just put it in the freezer, label it up, you know, and that way you know what you have in there. Sometimes that's what stops us from making certain things or doing certain things is the fact of, oh my God, I gotta do this and I gotta do this. And you start thinking about the whole process and all the things you gotta do to get that dish complete. So instead of doing all that, the oh my gods and the oh my gods and the oh my gods, well, or the I don't want to, I don't feel like it's too much work. You already have the work cut out for you. By trying to think ahead a little bit. And you never know. You never know when you're gonna have these people come over, and you know, next thing you know, you need to come up with something quick and easy, but you don't want to take that time where no one wants to sit there and have you go out of your way for certain things. Because you know, if someone comes over and they're like, "Oh, I feel like having this out," okay, we can do that, and everybody starts shooting out. Oh, but I don't want you to go out your way, but no, I don't have to because I'm already prepared. You know, I got myself ready and prepared. Gotta look at the challenges. You never know. From day to day in life, everything can go from being so easy to so crazy. So I learned a long time ago, especially when you have kids and everything, you have to learn that you have to roll with them punches and figure it out as you go. So these came into some good tricks and tips that I've learned over the years and on my journey of life, and to make life easier, funner, or what have you. Come up with some things to make everything better for myself and everybody else. Okay, so it's been about 4 minutes, so I can smell the oil. You wipe this off again. Just when you do it, just be careful. You don't want to cut yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put about 5 cloves of garlic, because they're all different sizes. And then I'm going to do a half of a small onion. So we go with our onion. There we go. Okay, you don't see anything. And then our garlic. I had some bigger ones, so I cut them up a little bit. So garlic. And remember, we want to burn the garlic in the end, so I want to go ahead and infuse the oils real fast before we start adding in the meat. I would show you guys inside here real quick, but my hands are kind of dirty from the fork, and I don't want to cross-contaminate nothing, so I'll share it in a second though. I remember when you're doing stuff, you want to kind of keep one hand, if you're going to be touching the raw meats or anything, one hand doing that and one hand not. That way you don't contaminate both hands. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by throwing some of the fatty air pieces. That way you can go ahead and start cooking it off. No, that's what I do when I do it. Like most of the time when I cook, sometimes I'll cut off the fat first before I start cutting up the meat, and then I'll throw the fat inside and get it to start working its way through, and then I'll start adding in the other meats. Today I decided we're going to go ahead and keep it all together. Get together. There we go. And once you start having your meat added in there, the whole thing is your onions and your garlic are not going to get burnt. Okay, this next part I'm going to throw some seasoning in there. So with our seasoning, what I did was I mixed it all together like I normally do. I'm going to go ahead and season stuff. I have about 1.25 tablespoons of some chicken bouillon. Then I had got a half of a teaspoon of some ground cumin. I have 1 teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of garlic salt. I thought I had garlic powder when I bought it, because I never buy the powders. Well, I guess I got salt on accident, so I had the garlic salt. And then I did 3/4 of a teaspoon of some pepper, and that's what we're going to start with for the time being. If you caught it, you probably heard me not mention salt, but because I put the bouillon and the garlic salt, I didn't add no regular salt. We can add that later. So I have it all done right here. I'll just mix together. So I'll go ahead and put some in there. That way, while they're searing, they can go ahead and start getting some of the flavors of the seasonings. We don't want them to, start cooking up too much and not get no seasoning. I'm going to go ahead and throw in some more. Really, what I love about having a pressure cooker is you can start searing and doing everything that you need to like that in your one pan. Once you're done, you put in your fluids and everything else, and you're good to go. 31 pot or pan or whatever you want to call it, and you have everything done in one. And then when we go to add the chili and everything else, it's all going in there too. So we're perfect. And here's the ending of our meat. And the good thing is, once this is done too, when you're doing the pressure cooker, once you have the second time around, the pressure cooker will keep everything warm. Like I said, to go warm and whatever, so you can have it just stay warm for the rest of the day once everything's finished. So whenever you're ready to eat or do what you have to do, you're ready to go. No worries or anything getting cold, you don't even have to be home and finish this. Stuff again. And snap out the way. Put the rest of the meat in there. Now we're going to go ahead and put the rest of the seasoning. Stir, and then let me wash my hands real quick. And then we'll take a dive into our pot. All right, guys. Here we are inside here. Sorry about that. My camera decided to shut itself off for whatever reason it decided. They were browning until they started making their juice and everything. So now we have the juice and everything else in here, which is still okay. We just wanted to stir off, so that way what happens is it holds its moisture and everything better. It's my understanding to why we stir things. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in our water and get this baby started up. Okay, so we're going to fill it close to the fill line. We're going to want to get as much broth and everything as we can. Because what I'd like to do also is take out some of the broth and I put it in the freezer. That way whenever I'm making something, we can go ahead and just get it done faster. Or especially when we have the chilies already set aside. The sauces, chilies, whatever we're doing. We have all that set aside. I already have my own homemade broth. I'm not going to worry about using that store-bought kind, which I normally don't use it at all. I always forget to do it, and that's fine because I'd rather have my own homemade broths and everything than have the store-bought ones. It's my preference. And because I use the rest of the bouillon that was inside of the container, I'm using the bouillon container to go ahead and put our water in right now. Okay, so I have it close to the max line. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go ahead and add 2 bay leaves. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this baby off now. Put a lid on it. And then we're going to go ahead and start her up. So remember when you do your pressure cooker, you're going to go ahead and put your lid, and then you're going to put the lock. Okay. And start. Okay, so I'll see you guys after the first time around is done, and see you soon, guys. It'll be about 45 minutes or so. Bye. We're back. I got all the air out of this. Whoa, steamy, steamy. Looking good, looking good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start taking out some of this juice. Do this one more time. Oh, I burn my hand. It can be quite dangerous trying to do this while you're filming something. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do this one more time for cherries. I'm going to go ahead and go off camera to finish this up because I don't want to burn myself again. Alright guys, I'll be back with you guys in a few minutes. Alright, we're back guys. So, we got that out. Now what we're going to do is add some of our Chile Verde. And from, like I said, from the broth that I took out already, I'm going to go ahead and just go put it in the freezer and freeze it so we need it next time. So here we are. Stirring it around. Let it sit overnight in the refrigerator. I've just been in the refrigerator for the last 24 hours. Here we go. So now we're going to go ahead and start adding some of this baby in here. Okay, so I put about 10 littles in there. Go ahead and mix it up. And right now, because it just turned off, it's still on warm. You can smell the chili and everything smells so delicious. I got hit with the big whiff of it right now. It's pretty good. A couple more spoons. There we go. That looks delicious. What I'll do is I'll have a in the description below though, I'll have what all you'll need for the chili and everything. That way, in case you don't want to do a large, a bigger batch like how I did, I'll have everything at the bottom so you guys know what to do. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and charge the baby back up again. First of all, let's try this real fast. See if we need anything else. Bon appetit. Oh my gosh, it tastes so good. So, yeah, I just double dipped. I need a little bit of salt. That's it. Which is what I figured, because like I said, we didn't put no salt beforehand. So my eyeball is about half a teaspoon or so. Well, that just came fine out, so make it a teaspoon. Mix that around. It looks so good. It tastes good too. And I just needed a little bit of salt. I just hadn't had, how the salt factor makes a big difference most of the time. And so just missing the salt. It's not like spicy crazy hot or nothing like that. Because I didn't put the jalapenos in it, so it has no spice, no real spice other than what the chilies that we used have. So you just have like a little bit of a chili flavoring taste, but not a spicy like most people like it. Like I said, I'm making it for a family that doesn't like spice at all or can't handle it, so I'm not gonna spice it up. I'm gonna go one more spoonful. And one more stir. And it tastes so great. Let's see how that tastes now. Then we have the salt mixed up a little bit. BOUILLON again. There it went. Okay, there it is. It might need a little bit more, but we'll wait until after it's done. So, for the time being, let's go ahead and run our last cycle. I did it. Oh, hold on. I forgot. I need to put the lid on first. Oh, there. Hold on. I can't push the button, can I? No. Okay, so we're going to do that. Lock it. Flip it. Switch on. Now, let's do this again. Power. 5 and go. Alright, so I'll see you guys in about 45 minutes or so again. Okay? See you guys soon. Bye. Welcome back. We are back to do the completion of our pork Chile Verde. All right, let the air out of it. Let's open the baby up. Oh, still shut, still good. Oh my god, it smells so delicious. It looks good. It smells good. Look at that. Delicioso. Yes, yes, yes. And you can see we have some chunks of, some of the chilies and some of everything. So, hey, perfection. Perfect, perfect. Looks good, looks good. Okay, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna put some inside the bowl. Okay, friends, we are back. We're back. So here we go. Inside of the bowl. Looks good. And with this, you can do anything you like with it. Some people like to put cabbage, radishes. Some people put lemon, lime. You can put cheese. You can put whatever your heart desires. Onion, cilantro, whatever it is. Just know the possibilities are endless. Right now, I'm just gonna try this right now. That's all. and I'm not gonna get into it. You'll see in some of the other videos later on during time, over time, or whatever, that I do end up doing different things with my stuff and put it in it like how I like it. Other times I might just leave it like it is right now. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a try. All right, yeah, bon appetit, bon appetit. And yes, I know it's bon appetit, but I'm just having fun with that word. Bon appetit, bon appetit. So we will go ahead and try this. Bon appetit. Here we go. Very good. You need a little bit more salt, but that's okay. I left it so that way it can be done however it needs to be, because I needed to leave it a little bit less unsalty anyways, because like I said, I have family members I was doing this for that don't like the spice. I can't have it salty. So I left it a little bit more plainer, but you can taste the chili, you taste all of everything. It tastes great. So you can always eat this with tortillas, corn tortillas, flour tortillas. You can do the whole wheat ones or anything you like. Then you also have you can do chips. You can do it with tostada shells, homemade or store bought. And you can also do the bolillos, which is the French rolls that you buy at the Mexican markets or some stores, or you can do French bread. Like I said, the possibilities are endless. There's nothing you can't do with any of this. It's one of the great things about the food is so versatile. You can do anything with it, and that's why your friend JC likes to say, "It's okay to play with your food." It is quite okay, because you know what? I'll tell you what you like and don't like, and how you can learn new, different flavors, and be open to trying new things. So, guys, thank you for joining me on this beginning part of our series, and I hope you enjoy, and I hope you try the recipe and like it. Let me know in the comment section if you guys do, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video. And the next one for this one's going to be part 2. And I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. So I'll talk to you guys later, okay? Bye, guys. See you later. Bon appetit.